Hello and welcome to Spectrum News at 4. My name is Xavier Robert, coming to you live from the capital city of Akwa Ibom. Let's take a look at the headlines. APC's National Executive Committee elects Ganduje National Chairman Basiru as Secretary. Nigeria cuts off power supply to Niger Republic. Plus, at least 12 injured in stabbing rampage in South Korea. We will bring you details of these stories and more in a moment. First in the news this afternoon is a report that the National Executive Committee (NEC) of the All Progressives Congress (APC) has elected former Kano State Governor Abdullahi Ganduje as the national chairman of the party and the former Senate spokesman Ajibola Basiru from Osun State as its national secretary. Reports say the two party officials were elected today at the 12th NEC meeting of the party held at the Congress Hall of Transcorp Hilton in Abuja. Addressing party leaders after his emergence, Ganduje thanked the president and promised that internal democracy would prevail in the party during his tenure. The ex-Kano governors also pledged to ensure a scientific register of party members and pay utmost attention to election management and conflict resolution. Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu, while addressing the 12th NEC of the party, said the APC has won the elections and that it is now time to deliver the promises of good governance to Nigerian people. Visibly absent at the NEC meeting were ex-President Muhammadu Buhari and former Vice President Yemi Osibanjo. In a related development, the National Legal Advisor of the All Progressives Congress, Ahmed El Mazouk, has resigned from his position in the ruling party's National Working Committee. Reports say El Mazouk, who is believed to be an ally of former National Chairman Senator Abdullahi Adamu, has been under some form of pressure following the exit of Adamu. Recall that the legal advisor was in the news 3 months ago when he recommended the expulsion of former National Vice Chairman for Northwest Salihu Lukman over his decision to take the party and his leadership to court. Away from that now, the transmission company of Nigeria, TCN, has confirmed the cutting off of power supply to Niger Republic. The TUC Kano State Sub-Region Public Relations Officer Adam El-Yandiski confirmed the news to pressmen. According to him, the connection that supplies power to Niger Republic comes directly from the national grid. Therefore, it has no connection with the supply of power to any region in the country. He added that the move was part of pressure on the country's coup leaders. On labor protests, the federal government has filed a contempt lawsuit against the Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC) and the Trade Union Congress (TUC) for allegedly resisting an order restricting the unions from embarking on industrial action. The Solicitor General of the Federation and Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Justice, Beatrice Jedi Agba, had twice stated that the industrial action by organized labor was illegal, noting that there was a subsisting interim order restraining NLC from embarking on any industrial action. However, in the suit, which was addressed to the NLC President George Airo, Deputy Presidents Audu Aruba and the TUC President Festus Osifo, among others, the federal government and the Attorney General of the Federation are the applicants, while Nigeria Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress are the defendants. Meanwhile, the Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC) has confirmed the suspension of its planned strike following the intervention of President Bola Tinubu and the Senate. The resolution followed the National Executive Council meeting of the Congress. The National Treasurer, Hakeem Ambali, in a message sent to newsmen, said suspension of protests is due to the Senate's intervention and meeting with President Tinubu. Recall that the NLC protest, which was held yesterday across the Federation, including the Federal Capital Territory, prompted an emergency meeting between the President and the labor leaders. Back here, Akwa Ibom State Labor Unions NLC and the Trade Union Congress TUC yesterday joined the nationwide protests and strike action directed by the national bodies of labor movements in the country over hardships triggered by the removal of fuel subsidy by President Bola Tinubu. A correspondent, Esther Otoyo, completes this report.
Protesters converged at the State House of Assembly complex at Udodoma in Uyo Metropolis with placards to deliver their grievances. Speaking at the venue, the state chairman NLC, Sunday James, said among other challenges, Akwa Ibom is the only state that has not complied to the directives of the Federal Education Authority to convert the School of Nurses to the College of Nursing Sciences, noting that if by December 2023 the directive is not adhered to, all the School of Nursing in the state will be shut down.
Let me inform us, Mr. Speaker and members of the House, that Akwa Ibom State is the only state in Nigeria, I want to be quoted properly, that the Federal Education Authority asked that the School of Nurses should be converted to College of Nursing Sciences. All the School of Nursing in Nigeria have complied with this directive. Ministry of Health, Commissioner and Permanent Secretary are playing politics because they don't want to transfer that particular instruction of His Excellency to the Ministry of Education. The benefit is that if it is with Ministry of Education, there will be telephone assessment for them to build their facilities. And therefore, if by December 2023, Akwa Ibom State government does not put in place Covering Council for School of Nursing to begin the award of HND, all the School of Nursing in Akwa Ibom will be shut down.
Also, the state chairman of the Trade Union Congress, TUC, Dominic Abang, noted that the increase in the price of fuel has resulted to an increase in the cost of living of Nigerians and citizens of the state.
Today, all our minimum wage, they enter one tank of car. Yes, sir. Government, you good? Yeah. You good? Yeah. How many say we don't job, bro? We work out for leg, bro. Just to go collect money to put here for car. Mr. Speaker, we are here because we trade come here. We work out empty bag come here. Right? We don't feel afford. Here we don't feel afford.
In response, the Speaker State House of Assembly, Udeme Otong, represented by the member representing Ikodekpene and Obodokara Federal Constituency, Jerry Otu, said every demand made by the NLC and TUC has been taken note of and will be forwarded to the state government for effective implementation. He pleaded for more time on the part of the state government for effective response to their demands.
So we are not going to remove one item from your demand. Everything has been written, and some of you have recorded them. We can call for the message and prepare and take it to the governor. Everything you have demanded, we are not against it. Respect your opinion and we'll pass it on to the appropriate authority, and your answers will start coming. So just give time, you know.
In Uyo, Esther Otoyo, Spectrum News.
Still on labor matters now, Akwa Ibom State Governor Pastor Omoyano yesterday announced that he has approved the sum of 1 billion naira for the payment of gratuities to the retired primary school teachers. Governor No, who made the announcement when he addressed the organized labor in the state, who were on a peaceful protest over the effects of the fuel subsidy removal on the people, also announced that the sum of 800 million naira has been approved to clear the backlog of leave grants owed the workers, stressing that moving forward, he has also approved that leave grants be paid alongside with salaries to avoid unnecessary accumulation of entitlements. Earlier, the state chairman of the Nigeria Labor Union of the Nigeria Labor Congress NLC, Sunday James, said the workers were protesting against what they described as the anti-people policies of the President Bola Tinubu-led federal government. He stressed that there was need for the state government to meet with the federal government to find out the beneficiaries of the monies recovered from the subsidy removal and ensure that the palliatives released by the federal government trickle down to all the states of the federation. In the meantime, Akwa Ibom State government and the Nigerian Navy have indicated readiness to collaborate on security of maritime environment to enhance the accomplishment of the blue economy and tourism components of the Arise agenda. The indication was gathered during an interaction between the Akwa Ibom State Governor Pastor Omoeno and Nigeria's Chief of Naval Staff (CNS) Vice Admiral Emmanuel Ogala, who led an entourage of top-ranking officers of the Nigerian Navy in a courtesy visit to the government house, Uyo. Speaking during the visit, Governor Omoeno welcomed the CNS to the state and expressed gratitude of the people and government for the visit and for premium given Akwa Ibom in Nigerian Navy scheme under his command, while congratulating Ogala on his promotion to the rank of Vice Admiral. Governor No appreciated the kind words of the Navy Chief on the Arise agenda, enunciating that Akwa Ibom over time has been blessed with visionary leaders and that the pursuit of the Arise agenda is with hope that the present administration will add reasonably to the development of the state. The governor said to accomplish the tourism components of the Arise agenda and development of the blue economy, which has to do with sea-based wealth, there was great need to partner the Navy to improve maritime security given the coastal location of Akwa Ibom State. In his remarks, the Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Emmanuel Ogala, congratulated Omoeno on his emergence as the people's preferred governor. This, he said, signposts a good thing for the state, given his timely launch of the very promising Arise agenda as his governance blueprint. According to the Naval Chief, Akwa Ibom State remains critical to the operation of the Nigerian Navy, both in the military and policing aspects. Now to Africa, where the Ethiopian Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Demeke Mekonnen has expressed concern over the worrying security situation in the Amhara region. Mekonnen said the best way to solve the grievances is dialogue, noting that any other means will only hinder efforts to address the issues. Reports say since April, the security situation in Amhara has been deteriorating following the decision to disband the region's state-backed paramilitary group, and the military has been engaged in an offensive against armed groups in the region. Still in Africa, leader of the military coup in Niger, Abdurrahman Tiani, has condemned sanctions imposed on the country by the West African Regional Bloc, ECOWAS, describing it as illegal, unjust and inhumane. Tiani insisted his government would not give in to regional or international pressure to reinstate Niger's elected president, Mohamed Bazoum, adding that the French nationals had nothing to fear. On the foreign scene now, at least 12 people have been injured in an attack by a man close to the South Korean capital Seoul. Reports say the suspect drove his car at random into 4 people, then got out and stabbed at least 9 others in a busy shopping center. Meanwhile, the country's National Police Commissioner described it as indiscriminate attack. Speaking further, he said the man in his 20s was arrested at the scene, but that his motivation is unclear. However, all injured were taken to the hospital. Still on the foreign scene now, the Kremlin has dismissed allegations that Russia is trying to create new dependencies among developing nations through providing discounted grain. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov said Russia has always been and remains a reliable supplier. He added that Russia has fulfilled all its obligations and could do even better by satisfying the growing demand if it were not for the sanctions and restrictions. Still to come in the news. Colombia, Morocco qualify for last 16 in 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup. Let's stay with this. Thanks for staying tuned. Now, on our business news, oil marketers have said local refining will save at least 70 naira per litre of petrol price when it is fully operational. The National Controller Operations, the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, Mike Osatui, said this while speaking on the benefits of the federal government investing in functional refineries. Osatui noted that although the contracts for revamping of refineries had been awarded, it would be a great development for repairs to be completed as soon as possible to ease the stress and huge finance of importation on the country. He listed other benefits of operational local refining to include reduction in insurance costs, reduction in product delivery time, and increase in employment. Still in business, no fewer than 7.8 million small businesses under the Association of Small Business Owners of Nigeria have reportedly died within the last 2 years. The president, Asban Femi Egbesola, disclosed this to newsmen in an interview. He said out of about 39 million existing businesses that are captured by data, 20% of the businesses are closed. Egbesola urged the government to move swiftly to address the harsh business environment faced by businesses, as the palliatives announced by President Tinubu for small and medium enterprises would have little effect if the environment remains harsh. Now in health, the World Health Organization WHO has called on governments across the world to carry out detailed, significant amendments to the World Health Organization international health regulations so as to be better prepared to tackle outbreaks of deadlier diseases and handle emergencies. According to the WHO, while disease outbreaks and other acute public health risks are often unpredictable and require a range of responses, the IHR 2005 provides an overarching legal framework that defines countries' rights and obligations in handling public health events and emergencies that have the potential to cross borders. The World Health Organization noted that the version adopted in 2005 was amended twice in 2014 and 2022, while the most recent amendments have yet to come into force. Still in health, the Lagos State chapter of the Nigeria Medical Association (NMA) has asked the Lagos State government to investigate the death of its member, Dr. Diaso Buhari, who died in an elevator accident at the Lagos Island General Hospital, Odan, on Tuesday. The deceased, who was a medical house officer, reportedly died as a result of injuries she sustained after the elevator crash landed from the 10th floor and was trapped for more than 40 minutes. The NMA, in a joint statement by the state chairman, Dr. Benjamin Olowojebutu, and Secretary Dr. Ishmael Ajibowo, commiserated with the family of the deceased. They also directed doctors in the 3 government hospitals on the island to embark on an indefinite strike action until investigations are completed and justice served. Now in sports, 2-time former champions Germany were knocked out of the Women's World Cup in the group stage today, as Colombia and Morocco qualified for the last 16. Reports say Morocco beat Colombia 1-0, as those sides each finished on 6 points in Group H, while Germany finished with 4 points and were eliminated after a 1-1 draw with South Korea. This means that both Colombia and Morocco now join 14 countries, including Nigeria, South Africa, Japan, Spain, Sweden, United States, France, Australia, Netherlands, Norway, and Switzerland in the round of 16 stages. Meanwhile, the round of 16 fixtures will be as follows. Switzerland will play Spain on Saturday, Japan plays Norway Saturday, Netherlands plays South Africa Sunday, Sweden plays United States Sunday, England plays Nigeria on Monday, Australia plays Denmark Monday, Colombia would play Jamaica on Tuesday, while France will play Morocco on Tuesday. Still in sports, the chairperson of the Nigerian Women's Football League, Aisha Falode, has clarified that FIFA will still pay the 2023 Women's World Cup prize money through the country's federation. The FIFA Secretary General, Fatima Samora, following the qualification of Super Falcons to the second round of the Mondial, reportedly said the world's football governing body would send unpaid allowance to the country's women's football team to the players directly. Falode, while making the clarification during an interview, said that the World Cup prize money will be ring-fenced to ensure it gets to the players without interference from a third party. She noted that Falcons' prize money from the ongoing World Cup will still be routed through the Nigeria Football Federation, NFF. And on the entertainment scene, Big Brother Niger star Hermes Chibueze, popularly known as Hermes, survived a car accident. The former Big Brother Niger Level Up housemate disclosed this on his Instagram story by posting a photograph of his vehicle, which was badly hit. Meanwhile, the reality star expressed his gratitude to God for his survival and thanked his supporters for their care, stating that he sustained no injuries and that everyone involved came out unscathed. Still on entertainment, the report that Okoye Blessing, a woman who reportedly defamed veteran actress Eniola Badmus by calling her a pimp, has been sentenced to 3 years in prison for cyber stalking. Reports say Justice Nicholas Owebo of the Federal High Court convicted her on 2 counts of cyber stalking after she pled guilty to the charges. Owebo added that the offense contravened Sections 24 and 27 of the Cybercrimes Act 2015 and gave her the option of paying a fine of 150,000 naira instead of a jail sentence. Meanwhile, the actress Eniola Badmus is yet to speak on the verdict. And that's all we have for you at this time. Do ensure to follow us on social media and subscribe to our YouTube channel, all of which you can find on our website, spectrumtv.ng. You've been watching Spectrum News at 4. My name is Xavier Robert. Do have a good day ahead. Bye-bye.